Good afternoon, my name is Kurt Taylor. I'm on the board of the Ecumenical program. We're here, as you can see, outside our facility at the corner of Holgus and Weeks in East Palo Alto. This is going to be a short walking tour of the facility, and the idea here is to give you a sense of the buildings that we've got on the site and give people some food for thought at our retreat next Tuesday to think about how we're using the facility and what we might do differently in the future. So let's carry on. So here we are in the parking lot of the facility. This is we're at noontime right now, so it's not terribly busy, but this area can be absolutely packed. It's always a challenge getting large vehicles in and out. Down at the far end is the warehouse, where we have the drop-off facilities for clothing and for household goods and furnishings and things like that. And then Frank, if you'll just sort of do a slow pan around, what we have are, you'll see storage sheds attached to the warehouse down there, which we'll go to next. And then if we keep swinging around, you'll see our exterior fencing, which has the security concertina wire across the top, but we've still nevertheless had problems with break-ins and the like. We used to park the vehicles out on this parking lot, but we don't any longer because of vandalism. They're parked on the opposite side of the facility. As we continue swinging along, there's a couple of small sort of prefabricated sheds that are also used for storage, and we'll get to those in a little bit here. And then as we continue our pan, we will come to the main building, which is where our clients come in and register. As you can see, there's our bread from today's deliveries is out there, and of course our food closet is in that same facility. And then as we continue to pan around, you'll see the administration building in the back there, and there's another house in the rear that you can't see very well from here, but we will get to that. And then also there's a conference facility, which is obscured by the big white truck. So now we're going to go down to the warehouse and do a quick tour of that facility. So we're on the outside of warehouse D, and this is where we do a lot of our intake for, as I said before, both clothing, household goods and the like. This is also a distribution point, and so folks come through and pick up things that they need when they're setting up households or whatever. You can see this is a fairly old building, and it has had a number of repairs made over the years, most recently because we've had some problems with rodent infestation. So now we're going to go on inside and have a quick look. So we're inside Warehouse D, and now Frank is going to give us a sort of walk-through tour of the facility. And so as you can see here in the front, we've got places where people are dropping off goods, clothing and the like. There's Juan in the background coming through. He's a good-looking guy. And then as we walk on through this way, you can see where organizationally things are laid out on the shelves. We've got sorting bins here. There's more goods in the back on the hangers, and then there's a separate interior room, which is, as you can see, quite a bit higher. But even though we've got all this height, there's at present really no way to make effective use of it. So one of the things that we're considering this year is to build a freestanding steel mezzanine that will enable us to utilize forklifts and store goods up above the floor. But that has not yet been approved, and so it's still in the discussion phases. If you swing around, you can see the building is kind of in various stages of sort of interior finishing. And there's yet another storage room down this way.
So this one I've got
a nice started here. If we come through here, you can see we've got more storage in the back. And here we have built a small wooden mezzanine, which is used for storage. It is, of course, difficult to access. They use this fork to get up there. And that is a cooled, refrigerated room over here in the back corner. And here you can see more shelving that's been installed, which is small, but nevertheless it's sturdy. The unit that would be installed in the center section would be a far more substantial piece of equipment than what we see here. So if you keep swinging around, Frank, you'll see that this is a walk-in cooler or freezer. So now we're going to take you over to the main building, and we'll do a walkthrough in that structure and see what's going on over there. Standing here in front of the administration building, this is where the clients come to sign up. They down the side here there are distributions, and as Frank is going to pan you down, we're going to see the interior of the building in just a second. But as you can see here from the outside, there are a number of sets of doors, and the ones down on the far end lead into the food closet area, which is where people assemble the boxes for the various families and folks who come by to do the pickups. We've got another angle on some of those small storage sheds. So now we're going to go into the building, and we're actually going to do a walkthrough, kind of like what we just did in the warehouse space. So we're inside the administration building. This is the desk where people come to check in. You've got both clients and volunteers. We always have, we try to always have a bilingual staff member up here working, and we're going to just walk through the building just so you can see some of the office space, and then we're going to go down the hallway to the food closet, and we'll pass en route the closed closets. So, oops, wait a minute, let me get the door here for you. There we go. Tricky. All right, so if you just walk us through, Frank, I'll get the door, and then as you can see, this is the hallway. We've got administrative offices. It is lunchtime, so people are either eating or getting things done and whatnot. So we've got the coffee area here, coffee machines, printers, all that sort of stuff. Then as we come down to this area, I guess there's a light. We've got storage for children's or young children's diapers and things like that. We've got down in this section a clothes closet for folks who are getting ready for interviews. There's also kids' clothing and the like. We've got household goods back behind where Frank is standing, and he'll show you that in just a second. So for people who need to set up kitchens or the like, we've got all that. Then we've got baby room. There we go. This is for blankets and bedding and baby clothes and things like that. So this is again small and fairly efficiently used. And then let's go into the food closet. And so here is where everyone assembles the boxes of food that will be distributed. And so as you can see, there's all the various and sundry canned goods, vegetables, dried beans, pastas, cereals, juices, and here are some bags that have already been made up that are waiting to be distributed. And if Frank comes down here on this end, you'll see a whole bunch of boxes that are, of course, already assembled and ready to go. And we've got freezers, we've got walk-in coolers, we've got essentially over here this is sort of the staging area, these tables, once the boxes are completed. And right now, of course, it's lunchtime, so no one's here, but this can have as many as 10, 15, 20 people sometimes working in it at one time. And at varying times of the year, for example, when I've been here at Thanksgiving, it's crowded, and one might even say chaotic, but I wouldn't want to go that far. So now we're going to step back outside and go down the side of the facility towards the next administration. We just finished the administrative building tour, but we're now going to go down the side of the property, which abuts Pulgas, down to the back, which is bounded by Weeks. And we're going to see several other buildings that are here on the campus. And the first one we're going to go to is right behind me, Building A. So let's go down there. So now we're inside Building A. This is a kind of an ante-room, which oftentimes have a conference table or something here for meetings. I think they're doing a little bit of repair over here, so that's probably why it's empty. And now we'll let Frank bring the camera down through the hallway. These are administrative offices, so Gloria's office is in here. She's our accountant and bookkeeper. We've got a restroom, we've got some more anteroom space. There's a couple of private offices which different people use at different times. And essentially this is really an administrative building as it's purposed currently. So we'll just move on down through the hallway. we're busy. We're shooting an important video. There's Gloria. Okay, so there's Gloria doing important
things. Let me sit up straight.
Oh no, it's okay. That's okay. Makeup hasn't come yet. I'm sorry about that.
I wish I knew what to put my lipstick on.
I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. So let's keep on going down. Here's Florence. She's also busy. And then she has asked for a director's final cut on this. So she will be approving the actual shots that go into the final product. Thank you, Florence. And then down here at the end is a kind of a kitchen area, sort of a lunchroom sort of thing. And then I guess we've got a bunch of computers. I don't know if these are being replaced. Probably they are. They look pretty old. But who knows? I'm not sure what the computers are all about. Let's see. I think that's all we've really got in this building. So now we're going to step out the side door and we will look at the structure across the way, which was originally, I believe, constructed for Sunset. Part of the activity room or activity building, as it's called here. This was originally constructed for a Sunset Gardens demonstration house of some sort, and eventually was donated to EHP and then disassembled and then reassembled after being put in storage. But before we go in, I'm going to ask Frank to give a pan around here at the back part of the property, which bounds Weeks. We have not only parking and a second gate. There's a nice grass area off on the other side, which we'll see as we go into the activity building. And we've got our really terrific vegetable garden, which I have to say is doing pretty well if you look at it. Certainly the onions and mushrooms and the onions and garlic and peppers look like they're doing well. Although I can tell you that my tomatoes look a little bit better than these. But these are doing well. And then that's a gardening shed in the back, and what back area of any facility is not complete is complete without a barbecue, and so there we have our barbecue. All right, so now let's go to the activity building. So here we are at the door to the activity building. I'm going to open it and let you walk through and have a look. This is the building that we are considering right now, trying to add a bathroom to make it more usable, particularly when we've got kids and whatnot out here. So we'll see what it looks like in its current state, and then it'll be food for thought in terms of how the renovations go. So let me get the door, and Frank will bring the camera in. And as you can see, it's essentially, it's quite cool in here. The insulation is one of its strong points. That was part of the whole design. There's a unique construction material that has insulation already built into it. It's quite cool in here. It's easily 10 degrees cooler than outside. And it's got the double pane windows and all that sort of thing. But as you can see, it's simply a large, airy, square room. And so a bathroom facility would be a real plus here. Lots of kids' activities and things like that occur here. During the holidays, there might be Christmas trees, or there might be Santas or other things going on. We're going to walk back out the door and just take a look at the backyard area, which this building basically sits in the center of. So if Frank just follows me out the door. And you can see we've got a fruit tree here, and there's a nice lawn that wraps around the whole building. And we'll see the other side of the lawn in just a second when we go over to the conference room. And again, more fruit trees and the back parking lot abutting Weeks. So just to give you a feel for how really lovely the campus is, behind me you can see again the activity house we just were in. You've got the roses growing along the sides, and you've got this very nice lawn with lawn chairs and seating and all the rest of it. Again, here's our fence line abutting Pulvis. And then if you swing past this very nice decomposed granite sitting area, we've got more agapanthus and the like. And then the last building that we'll be touring today is building B, which is the conference room. So we're going to head in. So now we're inside the conference room, building B. Certainly everybody on the board is familiar with this room where we have the board meetings. It's again, it abuts the Pulvis side. It's got the small kitchen area in here. We've got the conference table and the chairs and the like. And essentially, this is also a multi-purpose room used for a number of different sorts of community meetings and things of that nature. So that pretty much concludes our tour of EHP, and hopefully we can have a discussion about ways that all of these facilities might be used, especially if we are thinking 10 years into the future. I mean, what do we expect to do, and how do we expect to utilize them?